Jai Gurudev children, very pleasant morning to everybody. Hope you're all safe, right? As I told you already, I'm going to continue the lesson What is Government? This will be the part 4 of the lesson What is Government? But this time you are going to know about some amazing facts about the types of government and elections, all those things, right? Okay. Did you know Universal Adult Franchise in 1893, New Zealand became the first nation in the world to grant a universal adult franchise. Racism. Racism can be traced back to the 14th century in the Middle East and North Africa. Prejudice developed among Arabs because of things like the slave trade, the influence of Aristotelian ideas regarding slavery, and the influence of Judeo Christian ideas regarding humans. Racial profiling. Law enforcement using a person's race or ethnicity as a key factor in deciding whether to enforce the law is known as racial profiling. That is not a good thing at all. So, people in many parts of the world are protesting against racial profiling, right? Bhutan, first general election. In 2008, Bhutan made the transition from absolute monarchy to constitutional monarchy and held its first general election. Only in the year 2008, Bhutan saw its first general elections. And in the picture, you could see the king and the queen of Bhutan. Okay, they are the monarchs of Bhutan. Now, the Bhutan has converted itself from absolute monarchy to constitutional monarchy, right? Okay. International Day of Democracy, September 15th is celebrated as the International Day of Democracy. Oldest democracy. The oldest recognized democracy in the modern world is the United States of America, which in 1787 adopted its constitution pledging an elected government and civil rights to some American citizens, not all the American citizens, because slavery was there and blacks were considered to be inferior to the white people, and so only to some American citizens the constitution gave all the rights, the civil rights. Okay, and so we consider USA as the oldest democracy in the modern world. But if you see the history in Greece, even before the birth of Christ, they had democratic form of government. Okay, but in the modern world, USA is considered to be the oldest democracy. No elections. The only 5 countries in the world with populations greater than 500,000 not to hold elections between 2000 and 2012 were China, Eritrea, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. So far, you learned or you heard few amazing facts about the governments, the forms of governments, the elections, etc. etc. Now we are going to have some fun activities. We always like to do some activities. Always sitting in front of laptop or sitting in front of television or sitting in having your mobile phone. Instead of doing that, you could do some activities. Is it not? So we are going to go and do some activities. Are you all ready? The first activity given to you, you all like that very much, I know that. Use the internet to collect 10 facts related to recent elections in your city, state or country. You need to just browse the internet and find out find out some facts or some interesting things about the elections that were held very recently. It may be for your country or for your state or even for your city, local self-government, any elections, it's okay. Okay. List countries that have a king or a queen, a monarchy, it can be an absolute monarchy or a constitutional monarchy, but you need to list countries that have a king or a queen as the head of the government. Understood? Then the third activity, which problems would you solve first if you were the president of a developing democracy like India? If you were the president, instead of president, you can even assume yourself as the prime minister, because here the president is just a nominal head. In India, prime minister has more powers. He has absolute powers, but president has nominal powers. Just for name's sake, he is the head of the constitution, but absolute powers are in the hands of prime minister. Think, if you were the Prime Minister of India, what problems would you solve first? Okay, that is your question to think and do the activity. Are you all ready to do the activity? That's great. Wonderful. Now it's time for you to check your understanding of the lesson by answering these questions. Food for thought. Not a food for your stomach. It's food for your thought, right? Understood? This lesson talks about the main job of a government is to. Democracy means, if I have to choose between monarchy and democracy, I would choose. India has, broadly speaking, central and state governments because. Hope you would have answered all the questions that are given in Food for Thought, because I know my children are extremely intelligent, and so they would answer all these questions with ease. Whether it is going to be quiz questions or Food for Thought, my children would do it extremely well, because you are all rocking stars. Is it not? That's great. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, children. Bye.